Hello everyone. Let us now discuss today's LeetCode POTD question. So, question number 2516. Take k of each character from left and right. So, this video will be divided into four parts. First one, problem explanation, and then discussion, problem explanation and discussion, intuition, algorithm, and then code. So, the first thing, problem explanation. You are given with string S consisting only characters A, B, and C. We are having only A, B, and C, and we are also given with a non-negative integer K. Now, so each minute, you may take either the leftmost character or rightmost character of S. So, we need to return the minimum number of minutes needed for us to take at least k of each character. That means we need to know. That means minimum number of minutes. That means the number of times we are removing the leftmost characters and the number of characters we are removing from the rightmost of the string. Now, so that if you clearly see the example, we are given with a string a b, a c, a b c, and k is equal to 2. So the thing is, we need to remove at least two a's, two b's, and two c's, and we need to remove the minimum rightmost and leftmost characters from the string. So let us consider the first three characters from the left. Here we got A, 2, A for 2 times and B for 1 time. So stop here. As we got A for 2 times, then we don't need to have another A. Then if you consider the last 5 characters, here we got C for 2 times, C for 2 times and B for another time, then it will be 2 and A will be increased by 2. That means they have asked for at least 2 A's, at least 2 B's, at least 2 C's. That means here it will be K for another examples. So if you see clearly, if you want to find the leftmost string or a substring, and if you want to find the rightmost substring, even if you point a left and right pointer here and shrink the array, but when you get to this place, I'll again uh, let us consider the same example. So after taking these two characters from the left, here it is left, here it is our right, and then now here we got 2s, b for 1 time, c for 1 time. Now here we got 1b and here we got another a. If you see clearly, we can increment our left from here to here and increment the count of b. But what about this character? Here we got another a. But if you think of going for this a, and we got here as the left point. What about this A? Should we consider it? No, we should not consider it. The answer here will be the first three characters from the left and the last five characters from the right. That means this approach will not be suited for this problem from the left and right point, but it is actually a sliding window approach with the same left and right. But instead of checking right initializing with the n minus 1 and left initializing with the 0, let us consider finding this finding this substring which is having the maximum size. So the middle substring which is having the maximum size, if you find this one and remove this size from n, you will be getting the size of the leftmost substring and the rightmost substring to be taken. That means the minutes you want to make k. So how do you find this middle substring? So if you see clearly here we doesn't have any element exceeding, or here in these two substrings, if you remove this substring from the string and consider these two substrings, we are having b for 2 times which is equal to k, and a for 4 times which is greater than k. As we are given with at least k, we can consider this, and c for 2 times which is equal to k. So we need to consider using the considering the middle substring. The intuition here is consider the middle substring having the maximum size. But how do you know how do we know that this is the valid substring that we need to remove? How do we know it? That means if you have an unordered map frequency, and in this frequency if we only consider only the substrings or the characters which are not in the sliding window. So by considering only the frequency of this substrings, so by removing this you can know whether the other characters are having the frequency of greater than or is equal to k. So the intuition here is run a sliding window, and by incrementing this sliding window, the characters in this sliding window will not be considered in the frequency map. So let us check how does this work. A b a c b c. So if we consider this as the sliding window, then we have the character frequency as a for 6 times, sorry 7 times, sorry a for 7 times, b for 2 times, and c for 2 times. So we are not considering the sliding window characters, but when we get to this point, then we will be having a for 4 times, B for 2 times, and C for 2 times, which are greater than or is equal to k, every character. So that means the algorithm goes like, let right be 0 and left be 0, and run a loop while right is less than n. Right will be from 0 and less than n. And when we are incrementing our sliding window, we need to increment the frequency. We need to increment the frequency. B, A, B, double A, B, C, B, C, A, A. So consider this substring. Here k is equal to 2. So this is the sliding window. This is the right point. So this is the right pointer and this is the left pointer, and we are having A for 3 times, B for 1 time, and C for 1 time. But B, the S of right having the frequency is less than K. So till we are having B less than the frequency of B less than K, or the frequency of S of right less than K, we need to increment our left, and before incrementing the left, we need to increment the frequency of S of left. That means we are considering this. So that means we are shrinking our window up to here. So we are considering this element in our frequency. So if while S sorry frequency of S of right is less than K, until it is less than K, we need to we need to shrink our window. First increment the frequency and then increment our left pointer. So incrementing the frequency of this pointer and then incrementing the pointer to here. Now we have shrink the window and successfully we have incremented the frequency of S of left. Now we got B as 2. This is the use of shrink sliding window. Then now every time we increment the right with the for loop, we increment the right for loop, we need to consider the maximum size. Will be maximum of the previous maximum size and right minus left plus 1. But what? So and then we return n minus maximum size. But what we if we are having, so when we need to return minus 1, that will be when we are having this string which is having the character count of a is less than k, or B is less than K, or C is less than K. The code goes like here. Unordered map character comma int frequency. Let us name it as frequency. For auto CS, increment the character count in the frequency. Frequency, if the frequency of A is less than K, or frequency of B is less than K, or frequency of C is less than K, then we cannot do any sliding window approach. Then we need to return -1, and then the size of the string is n, and the maximum size we are considering here is 0, and the left pointer will be pointing to 0, and we need to run the loop from right is equal to 0 to less than n and increment the right. Then after for every right pointer, we need to increment the frequency of the character S of sorry sorry. We need to decrement uh, as we are considering the sliding window. We need not to take the character S of right's character. So we need to decrement in uh, in the in the sliding window. So Here it will be minus minus. We need to decrement the character count, and then while if the frequency of s of right is less than k, then we need to shrink our window. That means we need to consider the left frequency of left, and then shrinking our window by incrementing the left pointer, and consider the maximum size is equal to maximum size comma right minus left plus 1, and we need to return the leftmost and rightmost. The sum will be by removing the sliding window size, that will be n minus maximum size. By removing the maximum size, we will be getting the minimum rightmost and leftmost substring. Thank you. You can find my submission in the description. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you.